Bruno, come. Not happening. You gonna be the greeter?
Come here, Bruno.
Don't touch my chest, Mom. I got egg on it.
Oh, you got egg on you?
Well, I mean, it's dry now. Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing.
Come on, buddy.
It's dry.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's better.
Yeah. It's just some of that Sal Vanilla guy, you know?
That Sal Vanilla stuff.
Yeah, that his name?
That's no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
You might need a bath tonight, huh?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm just saying. You gonna go for a joyride?
Oh, he needs a bath for sure.
Oh, I feel like you're so much bigger than you were yesterday.
I grow every second, Mom.
It's true.
Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. It is a beautiful looking evening out here at Shady Acres tonight, but it has been hot all day long. It's very hot.
It looks nice, but it is like the type of heat that you just instantly start sweating the moment you come outside.
Yeah, it's kind of a what, anti-motivational, is that a word? We're making it up.
Sure.
Anti-motivational. You walk outside and you're just like, bleh.
Yeah.
It's okay, but we've got to wait later in the day. We had a nice cool spell for a little bit, and then summer came back in with its final vengeance, hopefully, and we got another week or so of this good, fun heat.
Yeah.
We had a wonderful opportunity this weekend to go hang out with Chad and Ray and the boys and see their place. Realistically, I don't know that he actually wanted to hang out. I think it was that I stole his stump grinder. And he was like, dude, bring it back. So we went over there to his place and took the stump grinder back. But the cool thing was, if you guys follow him over at Doss Farms, that's Chad, that's my older brother, they just had a gentleman come and do a lot of dozer work for them. And their land has transformed massively.
Yeah.
And I've seen it in video, I've seen it in reels and things, but it was really cool to get to go over there and check it all out, see what he had done, and it was inspirational. So we want to talk to you guys about that a little bit, but here is some of that footage of the fun times that we always have at Doss Farms. Bucket, just where you are, just like right here, but with the PTO. PTO that way, so like back in, so like, just follow the PTO now. I picked the bumpiest path possible on purpose.
I'm sure you did.
I did. I don't really care where it sits. I've changed my mind 3 times. Whoa!
He's like the slowest tractor driver ever.
Yes, well the good news is the hydraulics need fluid. So like as it goes up and down, it's real jerky right now.
Nice.
Yep. He didn't stand a chance. You say whoa, he'll absolutely be his minutes. Do it this way.
Whoa!
You're so funny. Don't listen to him. I don't want to be responsible for dropping this thing. That's good right there. Yeah. You just leave the tractor.
5 hours later.
It hasn't fallen. That was my primary goal. Might have got left out in the rain.
Oh, I don't care.
I know. So I was telling Shannon about it. I was like, honestly, I probably didn't even need to bring it because, you know.
I would have never asked where the manual was.
Yeah. Well, you notice I didn't put there's a black cylinder that, you know, same thing on like your brush cutter that you can put the manual in and keep it on the stump grinder, and I didn't even attach it, but I did bring that for you just in case they.
What?
You know, the manual.
Yeah, the manual.
Yeah.
We're online now.
I read the whole thing, and I
Dude,
even
that's weird.
timed the clutch, the springs, all that stuff. Now, it did say to literally check the torque on every single tooth. There's like 35 of them. Didn't even consider it. I was like, no.
Might even still be a little damp, but it's waterproof now.
I think the screws, if you do actually want to put that thing on, I think the screws are in the holes that it goes in.
You know he's not going to though, right?
To be honest, I'm probably going to mount this like right here
I would.
and put some bug spray in it because it's cooler.
That's the only thing is I like. I was like, man, that would be kind of nice to carry stuff in, but who reads the manual after you've already read it once or twice?
Or never.
Not this guy.
I don't know. Crazy. Yeah, it changed everything. And honestly, people act like you put that too many or something, but like they don't realize how good the air is. Like it was overly humid. We didn't
Well, you know, the nice thing is maybe this will keep all your snakes and everything away from there, right?
I don't know. You're the snake magnet. Go in there and look around.
I am too. Yeah, I mean those look big when you're back there, but you get down here and let's just light it on fire, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, my neighbor would love that.
I think the firefighters will be coming.
Sure.
What do you do with this?
Well, I will like cut it and pull stuff off.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely I'll roll that. And I also have of a friend that's gonna bring a brand new Mini X out here and let me play with it for about 2 weeks. So I'll be able to. I'm supposed to dig a water line, but
I'm a brother
a water line plus.
of a guy that has a friend of a friend. I like to play with excavator.
For sure.
Yeah,
Nice.
we had about 6 or 7 of these piles when we had that couple acres on ours cleared.
Yeah.
And I even did a full video on like, is it worth it? And I got my winch out, I got chains out, and I was pulling some of the trees out, and man,
Yeah.
you get.
The answer was no.
No, the
It
answer-
was not
I was
worth
like,
it.
No, yeah. So I just kind of dispersed the piles a little smaller into more manageable fires and just burn them all.
Well, on the back of the property, every quarter, so every about 100 yards, there's a pile, but they're only like half this size. This was the one that there was just nowhere to go with them without it costing us more money.
Right.
Because he would either have to clear to make a place to put them,
Yep.
or it's going to cost me money for him to drive them down there. And when he does, he's going to tear everything up. So.
Yep. Is this all of this is from all of this
Right here and the front yard.
Okay.
So, but like I said, there was like 23 trees in the front yard, and there was trees so bad that like there's still trees we can't take out with the dozer because it would rupture probably a water line or electric line.
Got it.
So that's why we have to chop them. That's why you brought the stump grinder back.
That's right. Yeah.
You got to grind those down. But we're in no hurry. They're not a danger to the house.
Yeah.
We just can't leave them or can't take them down the way this did.
Well, and hopefully, like I said, man, with this clear, you keep your varmints back here. Hopefully, your insect control is going to be a little better. And
Well, and these don't. So people know when you light this on fire, it doesn't just go whoosh. No. It'll be slow. You'll be able to pull stuff out right here.
yeah.
This will be dirt. See, I won't seed any of this. I'm not gonna. I mean, I will, but not until that's gone.
Right.
So I'll be able to when we get that Mini X to pick these out, cut them up. You know, the root balls, I might have to roll them down the hill, shove them into the woods.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
get that Mini X. When you have that Mini X out here, just
Right.
keep stabbing at them and they'll fall apart.
For sure.
That is a huge oak right there. Man.
It is. Well, and you know what's funny? So that trunk that we're looking at right there, that's hollow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a raccoon living in it. That's
That's how that white oak is on the front of our property.
Yep.
Go around that other side and you're like, oh, cabin.
In Missouri, according to my dozer guy and some people I checked with, if you call your neighbor and you say, hey, I'm going to put a fence up, you want to pay half, and they don't want to, they can't run animals up on that for like 5 to 10 years unless they pay half. So it kind of makes everybody be square.
Yep.
So, because nobody's going to come in and build a fence 10 feet off of your fence.
Right.
Because that would be more expensive than just paying half.
Exactly.
So,
That's a good point.
this is the back of the cow pasture right up here. So the double gate that everybody sees me at,
Yeah.
it's at the end of this fence up here.
All right. How long did it take him to do this?
Like the whole, could have been 5-6 hours. He spent the most time on top of our hill. That was bad. That was real bad.
See that? Well, that's that big stuff up there, man.
Yeah.
That's a pretty decent little pile, but yeah, it doesn't hold a candle to it.
Someone poked a bunch of holes in that box. Who did that?
I think I saw some video evidence of that even, didn't I?
What a goober. Yeah. 660 across the back, 990 over, 330 that way. So I'll be able to open this gate too, and they can go in. They can make a full circle.
That's cool.
So then how far from that gate to your other property?
660.
Okay. This looks a lot more like our trail.
Yeah.
So Jeremiah and I cut all these down.
Okay.
We did this. He's really excited we hired the dozer guy.
I bet he is.
Is he?
Yeah.
He don't want to do that part?
No, and it's, here's another deer stand that overgrew. Those are spikes, they screw in.
See that?
They screw over. You'll see where this comes out here in a second.
I'm trying to picture it. I'm trying to guess where we're going to pop out.
We're almost in the
I have
middle
a
of the
pretty good
property.
idea.
All right. I thought we were closer to your clear up there by the house, but I don't think we are where I think we are. Now this is where it's nice to bring that rake on the back of your tractor, like
sure.
what I have for Dad. Just drag all this garbage off the path.
This is where it's nice to have skid plates.
Yeah.
The whole underneath side
I've
is covered.
seen you go over a couple of stumps that I was like,
Yeah.
huh.
People, we've got 13 inches of clearance. We specifically bought this for this.
Yeah.
So now you know where we're at. This is the meadow.
Yes.
So see
Okay, that's where I thought we were coming out.
And we've not been here yet today.
correct.
Got it.
But we walked up this, remember?
Raised
Yes.
pasture is right through there.
And there's wasn't there like a weird stump with something growing on it or something we saw out here?
Well, it's just where we put our salt lick.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Nothing's growing on
I'm
it.
glad you had a fungus among us.
Uh-huh. See, what is this? That's not fescue, is it?
No.
Okay. We will have that
It's like
everywhere.
That's your
crabgrass.
Dallas grass. That's Bermuda right there.
Okay.
That's my front yard all day.
I have to goose it or we won't make it.
Yeah.
So see where we're at here?
Yep.
I'm with you. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. This right here, I mean, this is a game
This is
changer.
insane how different it looks, really.
It'll be really pretty when it looks like that.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's beautiful like this even, but yeah, you'll have growth on this next year undoubtedly.
For sure.
You know, I can already tell too, like just because you have this big open area here, the insects, like I know
Cut
people,
down on them.
yeah, people think I complain about bugs a lot. Well, I do, but we have a bunch of bugs. You're eating them all day long, and they weren't really bothering us while we were just standing out here talking.
Right. Well, it cuts down on ticks and everything.
Yeah.
Even the coons,
Yeah.
they were coming on the deck. They were eating the dog food at night. Now they don't. They can go live in the brush piles. Realistically, this is pretty much the exact same view we just had at Chad's, right? I mean, look at that. You're looking down at our beautiful house, our office. It's gorgeous. It's the same difference, right?
Not exactly, but
Yeah. But you know, growing up, and I think Chad's mentioned it in some of his videos, I haven't talked about it a lot, but we moved a lot growing up. My mom and dad, they general contracted their own houses, and my mom has the ability, vision. She can see things on a raw piece of land, and she can see like, oh, the house goes here, the driveway there. It's actually really incredible. And I got to witness a lot of that growing up. But when Shannon and I bought this land, we were living in a suburban residential, just street after street after street of houses and quarter-acre lots. We had one tree that we planted and nourished. So when we came out here, the first thing we said, and a lot of you guys agreed with this, was like, none of these trees are going. None of them. They're not going anywhere. Okay. The reality is, 2.5 years later, almost 3 years now.
I was gonna say, fast forward 2.5, 3 years later.
There's a lot of reason to tame your forest a little bit. And a lot of that, as you guys know, the snakes, the wasps, the critters, the predators, and really just being able to use the land that you have, you know? Chad's place now, he's got a lot of functional land, and I can't wait to do fireworks on his hill next year. I am inviting myself right now saying, hey, we're doing fireworks at your place. So we were talking and getting a lot of advice from Chad, the conversations he had with the guy that did the dozer work for him. And I think we are ready, as long as we all agree. I think we're ready. We're gonna budget to have him come out here and not completely clear all of this. We have a lot of beautiful trees out here, but we've taken you, if you go back and look at some of our old walkabout videos where we took you on the trails and stuff, we do have a trailhead right up about here that comes down through these woods and spits out up there where I mow at the front of the property. And we've talked about wanting to have another pen for the goats. This would be like Goatville 2.0. If we could get the trees down enough to let sunlight come in, vegetation grow up. The goats do graze over here, they enjoy it. But I think we could make it a little better for them. And also for Shannon and I.
Oh my gosh, that scared me.
I accidentally kicked a root up and it was just a snake, one of them snake roots.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a snake. It scared me.
This part over here, that's kind of what I'm talking about. I still have not been able to get back to it and take out the rest of the saplings that I need to, but it's a lot clearer. And of an evening like this time of night, if we're over in front of the camper, you know, sitting in our rocking chair, just having our outdoor time, that's our TV, you can see some blue sky through these trees out here that you could not see before. And believe it or not, maybe it's psychological, I don't really know, but the feeling of having a little more visibility of sunset and the blue skies out through the forest, it kind of just, I don't know how to explain it.
It makes me happy because I'm not a sunrise person because I don't get up that early unless I have to. But sunsets, I love to catch a good sunset. And out here surrounded by trees, we just don't really get a really good sunset view.
Yeah, we have a sunset before the actual sunset because we have a good 30, 40, 50 foot tree horizon that keeps us from seeing the rest. Now we can go back to the easement on the very back of the property, see it a little bit better, but you want to be sitting up here in your rocker and, you know, with your animals and Mr. Bruno and everybody.
Exactly.
So we're not going to go in the specifics of that. Shannon and I, of course, have been talking a lot about it, and we are very inspired by what we saw at Chad's. What he has done with that fencing and the dozing and everything now, it just makes sense. You've got to have a vision, you've got to have a plan, and of course, he is thinking through his longhorns, donkeys, whatever other animals may, you know. So it's very smart, and that's something that I think we kind of took away from that. We had an awesome time and then stood around and talked for hours afterward. So Shannon and I were ready for that next phase. You know, we've been trying to get back into the projects, trying to get back on track with stuff that we're doing out here. And if you guys are new to the channel, the last few videos would explain everything as to why there has been a pause, but
it's life.
It's life, and we're getting back. So I don't know. Look for that in the future. We're thinking really hard about doing a second rendition. All this clearing behind us right here, this was the same thickness. All this right here was just like all of that there, and this back here. It was all woods. And we had that vision enough to clear we got about a little over 2 acres from about where we're standing up to the back of that wood line. And I bet you over there, that's probably a good 3.5 to 5 acres worth of our land that's really not usable unless we do something a little different. So we got new goals, new plans, new projects, and boy, that dozer, I love my skid steer. I don't have a skid steer, but when I get to drive one, I am in love. It is so much fun. But you've got to be wise about what tools you use to do what jobs. And it's just like trying to use my tractor to do all that. It would take me months and probably beat up my tractor too much. So that's projects for the land. Oh, you can't give them worms.
Why?
I just gave them wormies.
But I just wanted to see if they'd eat out of my hand.
Oh, you can try it. Guys, remember our Guinea saga? This is the bird run where we have the new 9. These guys are now,
They're like
almost
2 months old.
Almost 9-ish weeks, between 8 and 9 weeks old. But look, 3 of them are on the outside.
Come here, birds.
So this is how you train guineas to be free rangers. You've got your bird run where everybody's enclosed, and earlier, and I got a little bit of footage of it, I want to show you that because you got to be patient. Come on, birds. A few of you need to come out of there. It's time to start training. Hop out. What are you guys doing? You could easily just jump right out. Oh, there we go. 2 of you. Boy, you guys are a tight bird herd right now though, aren't you? I get it. I'm just gonna scare you a little bit. Here you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. It's okay. You guys stay out here. How many of you are there? Okay, you 2 go on back in. You're okay. There you go. I know. You can still see one another. You're okay. You're okay. I know it. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I know this seems cruel, and you're gonna say, those 2 want back in so bad, and I may let them back in here in just a couple minutes. But this is how they learn. We did the very same thing with our adult guineas in the very beginning. But earlier, I was able to get 3 of them out. Technically, I had 5 out, but I didn't want more than half of them out. And so what they do here, this is very normal. This is a very common strategy that people who raise guineas do, especially for free range. But if you let these guys out, they are such a herd animal that they have done nothing but walk around the outside of this run, and then the birds on the inside stay with them. And then tonight, here in about an hour, hour and a half, they will stay right here and we can come out, open the door, and the last time this happened, I was able to walk the one right back in. If not, Shannon and I'll be running around like a couple crazy people with sticks, like, get back in there, guineas. Wouldn't be our first time.
Come here, birds.
Oh, babe, that's so many worms. So the training on the free ranging has begun, partially because we've got the 18 Keats inside the brooder that are gonna need this run here in a little while. Hand feeding guineas, for us anyway, it took some time. In fact, we can only get 1 to do it from our originals. Who's that one?
Mr. Gray.
Mr. Gray. So we are well on our way. These guineas, I know we've mentioned this before, our original guineas were raised with 3 turkeys, and it's been pretty drastically different up to this point, but I want to say right now at about this mark, the guineas are kind of in the same phase. The only difference being, these guys roost like crazy. They get up there during the day, they get up there just to hang out. No, I have still not got my sawhorses out of there just yet, but I'm gonna build a couple more of these and get those out of there. But they're just way more naturally guinea whenever you don't have other birds for them to be raised with. And I gotta be honest, as big as those turkeys got, as quickly as they got, if I was a guinea with them, I would have done the same thing. I can't blame them.
I can't either.
But the turkeys couldn't keep them alive, so I guess maybe that was a bad idea, huh?
Well, the turkeys just wanted to eat all the food, and the guineas wanted to roam around and find their food.
Yeah, This feeder right here, we can fit an entire 40 or 50 pound bag, I forget. I think it'll
50.
take up to a 50 of their feed in there. And I just checked it today, and we went through way more bags when the turkeys were in there.
Oh, for sure.
And every time you got the guineas and the turkeys back in the run, the turkeys would pretty much just take over and the guineas had to wait to eat. So these guys are doing a great job, but that thing is still well over half full. And that's been in there, it's been that same bag of food since we brought them to the run.
They're so funny when they have their heads in there eating.
They do. I gave them the worms earlier and they came out and they ate them. And then once they were gone, they moved over here to the feeder and all of them were just sticking their heads in, and it's great.
That is good.
So I'm excited to see with the new 9, like I said, there's a difference in how we're raising these guys compared to the original 11, because there were no turkeys. So we'll see how these guys are, but this is definitely the first thing you got to start doing if you want to free range them. And no, they're not sad that they're not together. They're just goofy birds that just walk around the run and do this. And before we know it, we'll be able to put all of them out. And then at the end of the day, they will come back over here, and then we'll put them back in here. And then once they're of age to begin laying, at least this is what happened with our first guineas, that's when they really started roosting wherever their nest was, in proximity of being able to see the nest, and they never went back into their run. Now I will be curious through winter, because with winter,
they did go in the run in the winter.
Right, we had the tarps up to block the wind, which
hay.
is pretty much all you've got to do for them.
Or straw.
Yeah, and keep the wind blockage. And then we're even talking about our coop over here, maybe kind of multi-functioning that coop to see, because we have 31 guineas and we don't have any chickens. So maybe we start, I don't know. That's a teaser.
We've gotten a lot of questions as to why we have guineas instead of chickens, and basically telling us that chickens can do just as much with the bugs as guineas can. But I have to say, guineas are resilient. They are, what's the word I'm looking for, babe? Like, they are hardy. Hardy, that's the word I'm thinking of.
I mean, we'll go down that path with chickens. We're definitely gonna have chickens out here, but everything we had researched, and I've got a story. It's going to be our next video. I got a whole story. We've got an update on the nests, eggs, the birds, the adults, that we're just not going to have time to fit into today's video. So be sure and keep an eye out for that one. But these guys, like, especially compared to like my dad's chickens, these guys are so much faster, and they can actually fly. They can get up in trees. They can get away from predators. They can alarm us of predators. So while we have the land still in this 80% raw state, we have been learning about the snakes, about coyotes, about raccoons, about, you know, and these guys are way more equipped to deal with that than chickens.
Yeah.
And if any of you want to come here and try to actually catch one of these guineas, I promise it ain't gonna happen.
They're so fast.
They are.
That's
well,
exactly what I was getting ready to say. Like, they are so fast.
You could, now, the new 9 maybe, but yeah, the adult guineas, not a chance in the world that you're gonna catch one of those guys unless it's nighttime, dark time. That's
true.
it. So, and I gotta, you know, why would we switch, you know, oh, we got 31 guineas, we just let them all, you know, and then just switch to chickens? No, like we're learning. Will we have guineas forever? I don't know. We take things we take things one day at a time, and so for right now, yes, we love them. They're great, and
they're a very fun addition to Shady Acres.
Yeah, and they do bring a benefit. Somebody did, yeah. There was a comment. Somebody said something about it. You know, if it seems like they're always gonna, you know, be attacked or eaten at some point, then why are you doing this just for tick control? It was a little rude. It was a little snarky. I was like, well, isn't that how the circle of life works?
I mean, it is.
I'm not intentionally setting them up for failure. I'm using them the way that they were created to do their jobs, and they're doing a really good job.
And we just can't protect free rangers 100% of the time.
No.
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
And what kind of life is that? Ask these guys. I promise you, they don't want to stay in that run full time.
No. I think the others are ready to join them already.
Yeah. I'm actually very curious. Yeah, the adults will come and kind of hang out on the outside of the run. And some of that is because they don't want these guys to get worms and them not. But I think they're building relationships. I think they're going to hopefully expand the herd, or just have multiple clicks all over the land for these 9 and the other, can't tell you how many there are, and then the 18.
Hopefully not. Hopefully they all get along.
They will. They'll be good. So as always, we had an awesome time at Chad and Ray's. It's always uplifting and to see somebody else going through a similar type of, you know, trying to tame the land and all that. You can steal ideas. Like, he can be the crazy one to do it all first, and then we can think it through and plan it and be like, oh, this will work. No, but he's got a lot of that vision, and it's really coming along over there. I'm very, very proud, and it's inspirational.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, also over the weekend, this is all I'm going to say about it. We went and saw Mom and Dad. They're at home. They're doing much better. I mean, obviously he's still got a long road to recovery, but I think you're going to start getting more updates over there on Grandpa Doss Farm's channel. So we're going to leave the updates over there, but we still, guys, we thank you so much for all the prayer, all the support. And there was a resounding amount of comments about thanking us for coming back, you know, and the video being, you know, we got to see the goats again, you got to see the animals and stuff. I know it feels more like the normal for us, but we just had that little, you know, that little gap that we had to kind of navigate life a little differently. So yeah, we ourselves experienced that same feeling, not just in the videoing, but in real life.
It's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
So we're back. We're gonna get back on track. We're gonna full steam ahead, and we're super excited, and we've got a whole army of birds now. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we love and appreciate each and every one of you. We thank you so much for coming along on this journey with us. And as always, see you in the next one.
Bye.